There's supposed to be an emphasis there since it's foreign language.
Fern. Race car spelled backwards is still race car. This is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. What's up, Jamie?
Should we change the name for the off season, like Race Car Not Happening podcast?
Well, the race car is still backwards.
It is.
At Thanksgiving, our family get together, my uncle was standing there, my Uncle Jeff, and we were telling him the name of my podcast, and he just looked at me, and you could tell when it finally clicked that Race Car Spelled Backwards is still race car.
So he had to do the math?
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going to get a chalkboard out, write it down. We need to get Uncle Jeff on the show.
Yeah, he needs to be on here.
He talks about the pilgrims that fought on the 4th of July.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got that on video on my computer somewhere.
There's a really bad animated movie. I forget the name of it, but it's on Netflix where George Washington's best friend was Abraham Lincoln.
That would be impossible.
It's a crazy movie.
Is it a cartoon?
It's a cartoon. I'll send you the name of it.
I might have to check that out.
Oh, it's funny.
So did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Y'all do anything special?
We had a lot of people die that we knew just before Thanksgiving, so we talked about the dead people.
That's not how. Wasn't the direction I thought
we weren't like mean about them or anything.
No, I was just curious. Y'all have traditions y'all do every year.
Yeah, we eat the Thanksgiving meal and watch football.
Yeah, sounds about like everybody else's tradition. Yeah. The Carden family, like my family, we all get together at one of my cousin's houses. There had 53 of us there this year.
Well, that's a good bit of people.
Yeah, it's down actually. Usually, I feel like we're usually 60, 70. So we were down. I say we were down probably 10 people. There's probably 2 families.
Were there a lot of deaths in your family too?
No, we didn't have any deaths over Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was going to say, maybe that's how the size shrank.
Well, I mean, that would do it.
Yeah.
Over the last 38 years of my life, we've gotten significantly smaller.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
But we're growing too. So that's the birth thing.
So is the population getting, well, it's got to be shrinking. There's not enough births if the attendance is shrinking, right?
I think what happens is like,
you got to get to it, dude. You need to pound out a few more babies.
No, I'm good. I've had my 3.
Get 2 more.
I did. When I went for 1 more, I got 2 more.
But
last time I went to have 1 more child, I had 2 more childs. So,
well, that had to take skill, right?
Hey, man, practice makes perfect. Not everybody can have 2 children at once.
No.
But we got them. And I wouldn't trade it. No, we had a really good time. So we did the Thanksgiving, the Carden Thanksgiving. Then with my wife's family, we all went and got together at somebody's house, hung out there for a little while, and called it quits.
See, my wife's from Minnesota, and they're really crazy about the Vikings. And they played
on Thanksgiving
night. So we're all like walking on eggshells and they won, thank God.
Would have been a bad day if they lost.
We call it Purple Scream Day is what we call it because their uniforms are purple. Yeah. We call it Purple Scream Day. Even the dogs on Sundays are like looking at my wife all day like, oh my God.
She's going to lose it.
Oh, no, I hope the Vikings win.
So she hardcore?
Oh, Vikings hardcore. Fan? Like, she has multiple Viking shirts, hats.
Kind of like me in Georgia.
Yeah. And if they lose with a certain shirt on, it's done.
Will she cancel events for the day to be at home to watch the game? Or not plan events to interfere with the game watching?
Yes.
Okay.
And if she did something the week before they play and they lose, she'll try not to do that.
Oh, like
the following week. Yeah.
I'm not that bad.
Oh, no,
I used to be really bad. Like, I would watch a game. If Georgia, the dogs were losing, that could ruin my whole day. Even if they won. They played like crap and lost, it'd ruin my whole day.
See, Ripken, my pit bull Labrador, has a University of Maryland collar on. She once took it off and put a Viking collar on him, and they lost.
And then she changed them back up.
He's permanent Maryland now.
They shouldn't name an animal after Viking.
You mean like I did after my favorite baseball player?
I mean, I named my dog Kirby after the Georgia Bulldogs coach, Kirby Smart. So, and that was before they won a national championship.
Well,
I did that with an SEC championship.
My dog's named after my childhood favorite baseball player. The greatest baseball player to ever live. And he's still alive.
And we have no animals named after race car drivers.
Next one, dogs don't last that long, so.
I thought about naming the dog Kirby. One of the names was Earnhardt that we had for him.
How about JJ, Jimmy Johnson?
I had to, it was agreed upon that I would name the dog Kirby, or that I would name that dog, right? But I had to present a list of names to my children and wife so they could choose out of my choices which one we were going to use. So
Is that really choosing, though?
No. I basically, because I had Kirby, I had Dobby from Harry Potter.
Uh-huh.
I had Chewie, like Chewbacca, and then Earnhardt. I think it was Earnhardt. Could have been Delia. It might have been Delia, actually. That sounds probably more along where I would have been thinking, but everybody chose Kirby.
See, I'd like to call a dog like Asshole.
Dobby would have been a cool one.
Can you imagine, hey, asshole, when the dog's out pooping in the front lawn? Neighbors are like, is he calling me an asshole?
One of the, there's a singer who named her dog something like that. Pink named her dog something like that, I think. She'd run around the beach screaming it just to get people's attention.
Get over here, asshole!
Name mine Douche Canoe. Come here, you douche canoe. Well, Kirby, my dog Kirby, if you say, come here, idiot, he will take off running towards you. He is convinced his second name is Idiot. He responds to Kirby, Idiot, or Dummy.
See,
and he's a pretty smart dog.
Ripken will respond to why.
Why?
Yeah, because when you find the mess he made, you're like, why?
So
why?
Name.
Yeah, and then he's...
What, Dad? What? I'm here. Why is here? So what'd y'all eat Thanksgiving? Favorite?
I don't remember. No, pizza's my favorite. And then hamburger, then hot dogs.
Yeah, Thanksgiving food's not my favorite. Not even close. I don't like ham and turkey a whole lot. I think because growing up, we eat a lot of ham and turkey on Thanksgiving, Christmas. So Christmas, we do prime rib now. I refuse to eat ham on Christmas. I will do turkey on Thanksgiving, but just on Thanksgiving. And only my turkey. Like I smoked a turkey for 6 hours Friday after Thanksgiving, and we'll eat on it for a couple of days. But after that, I won't eat turkey again until next year.
Yeah, I probably won't have any. Ham's Christmas. I won't have ham or turkey.
I like pork and I like beef. That's about it.
I'm very picky. I do like some pork.
I do I like chicken.
I hate chicken.
Yeah, I know you hate chicken. I hate chicken. So have you ever heard of the chicken salad chick place?
Yes, my wife goes there.
So Denise, my wife, when they opened up the one in
That's where I accidentally had chicken after about a 20-year absence. Jody's like, this is awesome. Why don't you try it? And I was like, that's not bad, but it tastes like there's some chicken on there.
It's chicken salad.
Yeah.
It's like flavored chicken salad. It's actually not bad.
I've been there.
I give my wife a hard time about it, but I like it.
They have non-chicken on the menu because I remember eating. I don't know what it was.
So Denise, they opened up the new one in town here. She was one of the first 100 customers that day when they opened. So we get once a month, she gets this little container of chicken salad for free. I think it's for a year. I don't think it was for life. But either way, it's cool. Year, life, whatever it is, we'll take it. But it's not bad. We had jalapeno flavored. We had one called the Dixie Chicken. That was pretty good, which had onions, I think. Is the only thing they added to it.
What was that Dixie Chicken? Was it against George Bush?
No.
There was no sign that said, screw you, George Bush, or whatever?
No.
Isn't that what the Dixie Chick said?
Something like that.
And that was the end of their career?
Maybe I had broken Dixie Chick albums in the Chick-fil-A chicken sick, whatever it's called. Chicken salad chick, not Chick-fil-A.
I don't think I've heard of them since then.
Well, they're not the Dixie Chicks anymore. They're the Chicks.
What's wrong with Dixie's?
They removed it off.
Why?
Because they got canceled the Dixie Chicks were like the original got canceled band.
I thought that was because they were ragging on Bush.
Yeah, so they got canceled.
Well, what did Dixie have to do with it?
It didn't have anything to do with it. But when they came back, they were just the Chicks. I think it was like a diversion, you know?
Wow. So, like, the sugar we get here in the South is Dixie Crystals. So or is it just Crystals now?
No, because Crystals is the burger joint.
Is that because Dixie might be somehow related to Southern culture, that might be related to Confederacy, that might be related to slavery?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that's why they removed it. This was pre-protest.
Pre-remove the statues?
Yeah. This was before the protest and all that. So they removed the Dixie part of the Chicks when they came back. Or maybe they're just the Dixies now. I really don't know at all. I mean,
well, they become the Daisy Chicks, like Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Could be kind of the Yankee Chicks.
Basically, they're gone. So it doesn't matter, does it?
Never heard of them.
Dixie whatever. Chicks or... But if you're just the Chicks...
But couldn't
you be chicken now?
Chicken Chicks?
Yeah.
I like that.
Chick-fil-A.
So it's
chicken. What was that place?
Chicken salad.
Just say chicken lady.
Salad chick.
Chicken salad chick.
But it's already Chicks, so it would be just chicken salad. They could be sponsored by Chicken Salad Chick. The restaurant could sponsor the band.
I mean, you got Zaxby's with chicken salad. Why don't they just become the chicken salad?
Zaxby's is that dude from NASCAR.
Yeah, he got shot by his ex-wife's boyfriend or something weird.
I thought he was doing crack and broke into somebody's house.
Yeah, it was his ex-wife's house.
So she shot him?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. Did she break
into his house or did he break into her house?
He was stalking her, and his dad was the founder.
John West Townsley? Is that who it was?
I think so.
He's the one that body slammed.
He got shot in Athens.
Yeah, in Georgia here.
Yeah.
I remember when all that happened.
And what, did he drive a truck or... What was he driving? Was it Xfinity? I think it was a truck, wasn't it?
He did a truck series. Zaxby's was his primary sponsor.
Let's look it up so we don't get sued. Zaxby's founder's son. Would you put killed or murdered?
I don't know. We don't know if he was the murderer or the murderee.
Oh, here it is. It just happened last year, dude.
I know.
Okay, so this is Athens, Georgia. 11 Alive, our local TV station here. John West Talley was the son of Tony Talley, co-founder of Zaxby's. A former NASCAR driver and the son of the co-founder of Zaxby's was killed in a double shooting in Athens Saturday evening after police say he attacked his ex-wife and a man with a hatchet.
With a hatchet?
So Athens Clark County Police responded to a shooting just before 8:45 p.m. So it wasn't like one of those 3 a.m. deals.
I mean, you know you want to end up on the news when you attack somebody with a hatchet. It's too...
Sounds like he had some
This was
issues.
in 2020, right? Or 2021?
2021.
2021, your weapon of choice to attack somebody with is a hatchet? This is not 1821.
It looks like he did injure her. It says 31-year-old John West Townley of Athens and a 30-year-old woman were shot. Authorities said both of them were taken to the hospital where Townley died due to his injuries. Authorities said his ex-wife is expected to survive. Investigators learned that Townley reportedly went to the home and attacked his ex-wife and another man inside with a hatchet. At some point during the fight, the other man fired several shots, hitting both. So this guy needs some practice with his shooting.
So the boyfriend did the shooting.
Well, he just shot everybody. He's like, I don't care.
Sorry, honey. Dude with a hatchet. I'm just shooting.
Yeah, he just...
I mean, at that point, if a guy ran into your house with a hatchet, I guess you'd start shooting too. I would work really hard not to shoot my wife.
Wouldn't you think? Well, it's your ex-wife. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, but he wasn't doing the shooting.
Well, he came in with a hatchet.
Yeah, he was trying to kill his ex-wife. Her current boyfriend is the one that shot him, right?
So he didn't know how to shoot.
The boyfriend.
The boyfriend didn't know how to shoot.
What was his name? Did it say?
No, it doesn't say. But Townley didn't know how to shoot either.
We'll call him Daryl.
Because he brought a hatchet.
Yeah, so he didn't need to know how to shoot. But apparently he didn't know how to...
What's it take to get a divorce in Georgia? A year.
What do you use a hatchet? What do you call it? Hatcheting? So
I've used it to chop down trees camping.
no, I mean Daryl didn't know how to shoot, so John West Townsley didn't know how to hatchet.
I guess he didn't know
There
how
had to
to.
have been lots of drugs involved.
At least on his part.
Yeah,
And this is speculation, but
sounds like a Jeremy Mayfield.
it's been over a year. She's with a boyfriend and she's your ex-wife. So if I'm like weird stalker guy and I go to my ex-wife's house and I'm looking through the window and we've been divorced and I see another man, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I guess it's over. So I drop my tail between my legs and go back home and start finding me a woman.
Yeah.
She already replaced me, right?
You don't grab a hatchet. That's not
Yeah.
good. She's not going to come back to you when you chop up Daryl.
No, well, I don't think a hatch would be my go-to.
It definitely wouldn't be my go-to. I'm getting a musket.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sit there and breech load that sucker
Kick the door in.
like a Minuteman from the Revolutionary War.
See, that's where Townsley went wrong. He should have just kicked the door in, at that point pulled out a 5-foot-long musket, started packing the barrel.
You can, even without it, you can hit the guy for where, he's not going to kick you or hit you because you got a 5-foot musket. You can hit him with the butt of that musket and knock his ass out.
Or you get like one of them slingshots like they use in the Bible times, biblical times. The 2 rocks on a rope. Get one of those. That would be a cool weapon to bring in.
I mean, don't you think he knew it was over before they even got a divorce? Why is this guy just...
Oh,
he's hanging on threads, man.
It's been a year, and you're breaking into her new boyfriend's house to kill
with a
her.
hatchet.
With a hatchet. Tell me he's not on drugs. That's pure meth behavior. Really, I mean,
Do you think it's
to attack somebody with a hatchet? That is meth behavior.
Do you think it's entitlement? I mean, look,
No,
Daddy sponsored your truck, right?
Daddy made Zaxby's, son made meth.
So Daddy
Son
worked
used
his ass
meth,
off. Son
into
took Daddy's money, got
Daryl's
meth.
house with a hatchet.
Yeah. Well, Carol, not Daryl. Daryl was the boyfriend. It was
Yeah.
Carol's house.
Was that her name, Carol?
No, I'm just making it
Okay,
up
we'll go with
because it
Carol.
rhymes with Daryl.
Oh, well, Carol and Daryl.
Because they don't even say in the article their
'Cause she
names
lived, right?
other than his.
She lived.
She did.
Yeah,
She
she's good.
survived. He
did.
croaked.
Yeah.
But it was her boy. You think she's still with that boyfriend that shot her?
If he would have killed both of them, Townsley, and then like murder-suicide type thing, would you do the suicide with the hatchet?
No, that's why you probably go with a gun.
So he didn't think none of this through.
Are we going to be on a watch list just for talking this over?
With hatchet? I mean, about Townsley? We're not talking about us doing it. We're talking about him doing it.
Well, you just said, what would you do?
Hypothetically.
I mean, hypothetically, I would see them together through the window and go,
That's over.
oh,
Done.
maybe I need some counseling because I'm here in the rain, and I don't know if it was raining, but 5 foot
like
under
rain.
the window, looking at my ex-wife with her new boyfriend, and my life must really suck. I used to drive a race truck, and now I'm standing in the driveway looking up at my wife with her boyfriend with an axe. Not even an axe.
Driving a Nissan Frontier.
I don't even have an axe. I got a hatchet.
Yeah, you didn't have the full thing. You just got a pocket size.
And we're talking full-blown Last of the Mohicans crap here.
Like the Patriots.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs.
Like the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriot. Except he had guns.
Yeah, but he was.
Fighting axes, too.
Yeah. So maybe that's what John West tells it. Maybe it wasn't a hatchet.
Maybe he got
Maybe it was
high
a fighting axe.
watching the Patriot and said, ooh, I got a hatchet.
Let's go, boys. I got a hatchet.
I'm going to teach her a lesson.
Yeah, that worked.
Do you think he thought he had ownership of her even after the divorce?
Maybe. No.
Weird things.
I just think it's got to
mental.
be drugs.
Well,
Gotta be. He lost his truck ride. He didn't have a truck.
What, his dad pull the sponsorship? Is that what happened? Son, get help. I'm pulling the sponsorship. But Dad,
Just the idiot, maybe.
I'm the driver of the Zaxby's truck, Dad.
Yeah, and his dad's probably like, yeah, and I'm the owner of the.
You need help,
Zaxby's,
son, because
You need to go talk to Daryl.
you need to get a ride in the Xfinity because I ain't paying much more than this truck series sponsorship, son.
What else did y'all do over the Thanksgiving holiday? Anything else?
Friday, I made calzones, the food I really wanted.
I watched a lot of football.
Was there football on Friday?
Yeah, FSU Florida game was on. What about Christmas? Y'all decorate for Christmas yet?
Oh, yeah. That's done over the weekend.
Yeah, we did. We put our tree up, the whole indoors. The outdoor isn't decorated yet, but my ladder's at the Home Depot. I got to go pick it up. I bought a new 22-foot ladder on Black Friday.
Well, I sent you a picture of our lit Santa Claus.
Yeah.
On the front porch.
Good looking. With a gas can in front. That was what threw me off. When you sent me that, it's like, is it a gas-powered Santa? It looked like, I thought maybe you put a can of gas out for your neighbor. That's why I said, what is that for your neighbor? Like, in the Christmas spirit, I'm going to give you 5 gallons of gas rather than you siphoning 5 gallons of gas from the Prius.
Actually, that was my son. I asked him a long time ago to take the gas can from the lawnmower that he left in the lawn and put it up. And instead of taking it to the shed,
put it on the front
he
porch.
Put it on the front porch right at Santa's crotch. And I asked him later that evening, I said, is that for Santa to go to the bathroom in?
That's what it looked like.
And he said, why? I said, because it looks like Santa's got to relieve himself, and I don't want him to pee in my gasoline. Because I buy that non-corn syrup gasoline for the lawnmowers.
Yeah.
It costs like you're getting 900% octane. It's like 50 cents more for no corn.
Yes.
Per gallon.
Ethanol free or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to, because then you can leave it sitting there and it's okay. At least that's what my dad always told me.
Well, what I do is, and I've got to check, see if my son did this, I tell him to leave the lawnmower running and let it run all the way out of gasoline because I don't want to store any.
Yeah, I don't ever do that. I will on my last run. So I'll have one more run this year where I blow all the leaves towards the woods from the yard. So I only go in one direction. That's a 4-hour project. And after that, I'll run it till it runs dry. And then we'll take it and drop it off.
Maybe I should tow my Hustler here, and you got your Hustler, zero turn, and we'll do a drag race on your driveway. No blades turning.
You gonna help me cut the grass then? Maybe we just see.
Well, it ain't growing, so.
We can see who can blow the leaves to the woods the fastest.
It's not growing right now, so yeah, it'd be nothing but leaves.
All righty, well, let's jump in these gift reviews. Friday was Black Friday. It's one of the busiest shopping days of the year. Rumors are speculation there's $9.3 billion was spent online alone Friday. It says 48% of purchases made were made on mobile phones. Did you buy anything on Black Friday?
I bought another Chromebook.
Okay. Another one.
Yeah, it was on sale for it's normally $199. You've seen my personal one?
Yeah.
Well, it was like $50 cheaper than when I bought it last year.
I bought the 22-foot ladder.
I mean, not for myself. It's going to be a gift because it would be kind of hard to work to compute. Well, and then our work computers.
There's 3.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I bought a new refrigerator.
Nice.
And I bought a Ryobi charger and 2 batteries. I don't have anything Ryobi yet, but the batteries and the charger were on sale.
That's kind of putting the cart before the horse.
Ryobi, I'm getting a blower. I'm going to buy a blower. It just wasn't on sale.
So you're waiting for that to go on sale?
Yeah.
What if it never goes on sale?
Well, then I'll just buy it.
Okay.
But the battery is like $200 for 2 batteries and a charger. They had them 50% off, so I went ahead and got them. And then I'll buy it's just a little bitty handheld blower. It's just something easy that I can grab rather than having to put my backpack blower on just to blow the grass off the back patio.
We've gone ego on our trimmer, blower, and weed whacker, probably.
And I think that's the Ryobi.
Aren't they all just the same company? Different colors on the batteries?
Yeah, I think these are 18-volt batteries is what I went with.
I don't know what ours is. 20?
40, I think.
I don't know.
What those Ecos are.
Now they got a generator. You slap 4 batteries in. Watch TV.
Well, regardless of what you bought on Black Friday, I guarantee you these 3 gifts I picked out this week were not on your list of things to buy for Black Friday. Actually, but honestly, most of these gifts, except 1 or 2, get a yes. Well, I guess that ain't most of them. I only got 3 gifts. I have a yes on this list, though, for me. And it's not the first item. The first item we're going to review is the Mighty Rock Portable Travel Electric Handheld Personal Bidet.
Now, I prefer bidet.
Yeah, but I don't like how they spell it. That's spelled
Bidet.
bidet.
Is that right?
Or bidet. Oh, yeah, I looked it up.
Okay.
Well, this ain't my spelling either.
Isn't it, since it's French, supposed to have one of them trees above the E?
Yeah, but it's written by an American on Amazon, so, they screwed that up.
That doesn't look like my bidet at all.
This is a portable one. So the Portable Travel Bidet. The portable bidet sprayer is perfect for personal care hygiene refreshers at home, office, on vacation, while camping, traveling, fishing, and hunting, on a boat, and more. The portable size makes it easily fit into any backpack, briefcase, purse, tote bag, glove box, tool bag, tackle box, when not in use.
Should we send this to the Townley widow? She's not really widow.
Nah.
Because they got a divorce. Well, it'll go with the hatchet out in the woods, right? She could squirt her bum.
She just set it out by the hatchet. It looks like an electric toothbrush. It's the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen.
I got a problem. I got the Soda Stream at home. It looks like the same bottle.
That's what you were saying.
So am I going to end up drinking doo-doo water?
It says it has delicate water flow. It's for a buttocks rinse. Easy to carry. You can use a key to open it.
What do you mean a key?
I don't know. Master using
Is it like my car?
You need to master using one hand. Smart timing. Waterproof for the body. I think that's the body of the actual bidet sprayer is waterproof. And it's environmentally healthy.
So, are you supposed to hold that under your bum hole while you squirt?
I think you hold this.
Is it electric or do I squeeze it?
No, it's electric. It has 2 speeds, high and low.
If I have to hold it, aren't I going to get some dingleberries on my hand?
I don't think you stick it in your anus. I think you spray your anus.
Well, that's what you do with a bidet too, but,
How are you getting your hand in there?
You still see, dude.
How are you holding this?
When you use a bidet, you still have, let's just say.
I've never used
You poop in the toilet and you flush it, right? You got a bidet. And they make toilets with bidets already there. So you press the bidet button and it goes and it squirts water on your bum hole. And if you look back in the toilet, you'll see what normally would be dingleberries, poop pieces, whatever you want to call it, chunks of chunky soup, whatever you want to call it. But that's in the toilet. So if I'm having to hold that bottle under there,
no, because
while I'm squirting, aren't I going to get some chunky soup on my hand while I squirt the doo-doo off my bum hole?
The foldable nozzle here is a 6-inch probe.
Now it's even more dangerous.
So you flip the probe out and you use that to squirt. They say our travel bidet
provides... That guy on the picture looks very frustrated with it.
He's not using it. He's shaming himself for using it. Or maybe he is using it.
Does it take a battery?
I think it takes 2 batteries. You go in the bottom here to make high or low. But he says our...
You almost need a YouTube video on how to use it.
Oh, there's a video.
Oh, is there?
I didn't post it on here, but there is one.
Gross.
I'll send it to you. You can watch it when you get home tonight. They say their travel bidet provides a new, refreshing experience. No more harsh toilet paper burns. The portable bidet can make you feel comfortable while soothing and cleaning your underside wherever you use it, which gives you a new, refreshing confidence.
So I can clean my balls with it too? It says wherever you need it, right?
I guess.
Huh.
I want to know about this new, refreshing confidence. It says this easy-to-use bidet is an easy way to refresh yourself after using the toilet. Just remove the cover and fill it with water. Then invert, point, press go to start working. 2 speeds depending on your sanitary needs.
I don't understand how it works. You got to be squat at least, right?
So you're sitting on the toilet.
Where do you put that thing?
You flip open the flipper thing, the probe, you fold it out. And then it looks
So do I have to hover over the toilet while I hold this bottle off to my anus?
You hold the bottle upside down, and then the probe goes under the balls and squirts up on the butt. If you have balls. If you don't have balls, then it don't go under the balls. It just goes up, squirts up the butt.
What if it just ricochets off your taint?
Well, then you miss. Then you slide farther back.
Do you know taint in medical terms is your peridium?
Peridium?
Peridium.
Sounds a lot better than tank.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, I hate that word.
Well, and you know.
So here's usage instructions. You insert 2 AA batteries, unscrew the water bottle, fill with clean water, screw back onto the lock, open the water pipe. So that's the probe I was telling you about. And you adjust for different...
What's holding it on the toilet
Your
seat in
hand.
the picture?
Your hand is holding it.
Why isn't it on the instructions?
Because the guy drawing it charged per limb.
So on my bidet,
there's only one leg on here.
On my bidet, I just hit a button.
Well, there's a button, H and L.
I don't want to hold a bottle behind my butt.
Well, then don't buy a portable one. I'm just saying, if you were using...
If I'm in the woods,
this looks like like a Coke bottle with a squirt hose on it.
I've got all Cro-Magnum in the woods. I might as well just use toilet paper.
I don't know anybody's taking this hunting or camp. My son and my dad go hunting. Should I ask them, do they want the portable bidet to go hunting with them? So, according to...
Well, you're in trouble. Your son says yes and give me the hatchet. I'm going to go look at my ex-girlfriend through the windows.
I'm not going to... I don't know. My son's in... He's okay.
Does he own a hatchet?
I don't own a Zaxby's, so he's okay.
Okay.
So, according to Susan Winston, she gave it a 1 out of 5. She says, at first, I loved this little bidet. It sprayed strong enough to clean and make me feel shower fresh. I used it once a day, but after a month, it started to sputter. I replaced the batteries to no avail. I could hear that it was humming, but no water was coming.
It just turned into a vibrator.
Pretty much.
Wow.
The water is pure, as I have a whole house water purification system. So I'm so disappointed in the quality of this product. I'm a week past my return date, so I'm stuck with it.
Ooh, you would send that
That's what I was thinking.
bottle
You
through
were
the
willing
mail?
to send this back? Oh, it gets worse, dude.
Do you know you can get a toilet seat with a bidet attachment on it for like $100?
Yeah, but it's like you got to have a hot water hookup. Otherwise, you're blowing cold water on your butt. Nobody wants ice water on their butt. I'm jumping off the toilet if ice starts hitting me in the butt.
Well, mine's not hot water.
But yeah, you have to have hot water.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I have cold water.
How do you heat it?
Well, it's not heated. It's just
batteries?
cold water up your ass.
That sounds horrible.
Have you ever drop a big turd and you get splashback? What's the difference?
No.
Yeah.
Not
What's the
cold
difference?
Because that's not.
What if you drop a 3-pounder in the toilet? There's going to be a plop, and there's going to be water all over the place, and it's going to hit your anus.
According to Arnold here, he gave it a 1
Or
out of
your
5.
anus. Or is it Uranus?
Uranus. Uranus is a planet. No,
Uranus is a planet. Mine is my anus.
Uranus is a planet. All right, according to Arnold, he said it's not effective. He gave it a 1 out of 5. He says another reviewer for the same.
So how do you know if it's not effective? You have skid marks in your underwear?
Well, he said if you excrete rabbit droppings, this is perfect. But if you have small logs of mud, this is useless.
Why would you be secreting that? Isn't that constipation?
I don't know.
Drink your coffee in the morning and you'll not be constipated, rabbit boy.
Listen to this. Gabriella Spencer gave it a 1 out of 5. She was sent a product that has been used before.
That is really disgusting.
She turned it on without adding water, and it started shooting water out.
Well, maybe it's just quality test, the factory.
Well, at least it worked.
Maybe that's how they were blowing COVID around in Wuhan lab with the bidet squirter.
So here, another lady says, we opened the box only to realize it was wet and gross. After we went to YouTube, we realized it was missing the plastic wrapping and the tube.
Oh, no.
So it was missing the probe.
Well,
Somebody kept the probe. Said, this disgusts me beyond reason. So,
wow.
All right. Are you a yes or a no on the Mighty Rock Portable Travel Electric Handheld?
How much is it?
It is $30.
No, just spend another $70. Get you on sale at, they sell them at Lowe's and Home Depot.
Yeah, I'm a no on those two.
Now, I love not having dingleberries, but you can't brag to your friends at church, drop your pants, spread your cheeks, and say my bidet's awesome.
Yeah, no.
You probably get in trouble for that.
Even if you don't have a bidet, you can't do that.
No.
Even if you're not at church, you can't do that.
Well, I think
You couldn't do that at Walmart.
I think you have more of an excuse if you have a bidet than if you don't.
Either way, if you drop your pants and spread your cheeks at church, there's a problem.
Well, and there might be some people who might take it the wrong way.
Might. There's going to be a lot of
probability.
Oh, you're asking for
the odds are.
You're asking for an invitation?
Oh no. I'm just saying that's what I said at the beginning. You can't do that.
No, it's horrible. No. It's nasty. You don't do that at church, period. I mean, or at the Waffle House.
The only way to prove to someone a bidet is awesome is to let them try it.
Yes. Bring them over.
You can't show and tell. Yeah, you can't show and tell.
Just have everybody come by your house and try your bidet.
But, you know.
Come sit on my toilet and try my bidet.
It's only in our master bedroom, too, so.
You don't want everybody in there.
No. Yep. And what if people want to watch someone else do it before they try? You just created a whole mess.
You've created a whole website here.
Oh, a genre that needs to verify people are 21 or over with a credit card. There's no reason to do that for free.
All right, the second gift idea or item on our list is the dual car cup holder expander adapter, a 2-in-1 multifunctional vehicle mounted car cup holder. So what this is, it is a cup holder with a cup holder on top of it. When you put it in your car's cup holder, it will expand to secure itself, and then it rotates off. So it basically turns one cup holder into two. What's cool about this one is the second cup holder, the top one, it's large enough to hold a bucket of KFC's extra crispy 10-piece, according to the picture here.
Well, you know I have a problem with that because food in the car skeezes me out.
Well, you don't like chicken.
And I don't like chicken. But, I mean, that's when we're doing the cannonball run, that's going to be my hardest thing is that we have to eat in the car.
Well, we have to eat in the car.
We do.
We have to eat. So this item here says it has a 360-degree rotating base. The upper base of the double cup holder support can rotate 360 degrees. One car cup holder can be turned into two car cup holder. And the two drinks can be stored at the same time. I want to know who writes these about you things because their grammar is worse than our grammar.
Well, maybe we have another career in our future.
Review writers.
Yeah.
About this item writer.
Copywriters.
I think that's for everybody that got fired from Twitter. They work now for Amazon writing about yous or about this item.
Have you noticed the ads at Twitter have gotten worse? Like,
I've actually had a lot of people request, like friend requests from spam accounts. That's been a big thing I've noticed lately. Like somebody will like send me a friend request and they'll have 0 followers and be following 3 people.
I suck at Twitter. Is there a friend request too, or is it just a following?
You follow. It just tells me who follows me.
Oh, I don't know where that button is.
In the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 people follow the race car spelled backwards account that I've just kicked out. I mean,
I got a question for you.
They're just spam. I know it's spam.
Since we have a podcast and you can hear it almost weekly every week, do we have to pay to be verified? Couldn't Elon just listen to our website?
No, everybody
has podcast.
Everybody's going to pay to be verified now. Maybe I
ain't paying for squat on Twitter.
Like I told somebody else, it depends on what comes with the blue check mark. I use Twitter.
Do I get free movies like Amazon Prime?
I use Twitter every day. I use Twitter a lot. You don't. So depending on
I'll get news on it, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, so whatever. It depends on what they're going to allow me to use or have for my $8. Is it worth it to me or is it not? So it depends on the features and benefits. I could care less about the verification because technically if you're paying, there's no verification anymore because you're buying your verification. So anybody can be verified.
But when I signed up for Twitter, they sent me
I'm a human and not a bot.
When I signed up for Twitter, it sent me an verification email. Does that not count now?
Yeah, but I'm just saying this is just a way to make money.
I have a feeling this might be Elon Musk's first failure.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think he fixes Twitter.
You think?
Yeah. Twitter become a joke. They were just kicking too many people off.
Yeah, but you can't. He acts too fast, man. He chopped them up too much.
I don't think so. He's only pissing off like 6% of the country.
I mean, what's pissed off, though?
I don't know. People leave. Nobody's left Twitter. Like, the people who are leaving Twitter post on it every day to let you know they're leaving Twitter eventually.
Well, I don't follow anyone that says they're leaving Twitter yet.
I just see other people reposting it.
I have seen more postings by the same people on Instagram. On Instagram, of course, they could just be cross-marketing for all I know, or whatever, or cross-influencing.
I don't know. Doing like both? What you're saying?
Yeah, same thing. They're putting the same thing on both. Because I follow them on
Clear, Dirty Mo Media, they post all their crap on everything too, so you would want to cross-pollinate.
Maybe not.
Well, in that case, you'd want to share across all platforms. All right, so
maybe Twitter ought to start hosting podcasts we could upload.
I mean, it'd just be another platform for us.
Yeah.
All right, so the dual car cup holder, a Rose says, don't buy if you don't want your cup to fly. She gave it a 1 out of 5. So this was easy to install. I put the extra adhesive on the stabilizer or to stabilize the cup holder, and it fit very well. The problem is when you put your tall cup in it and you go around the corner, your cup will go flying, as that part is actually not stable and will flip outwards.
Well, that's just gravity, man. I mean, they should have figured that out before they took the corner.
It says it's very disappointing as I have a brand new 4Runner and I just spilled my 32-ounce cup of tea.
Well, you know.
Oh, well.
I've never spilt a drink in my favorite car.
That's because you don't drink in your favorite car.
Plus, there are no drink holders.
You can't spill a drink then.
That car's made for driving, not for drinking. You can't drink and drive in it unless you're holding the alcoholic beverage in your hand.
Taylor gave it a 1 out of 5. Said, Instagram made me buy this. I was so excited.
Made them buy it?
Yes. And
they hold a hatchet to their head?
I doubt it. I actually had like 2 or 3 people say they saw it on Instagram. She says she had to squeeze it into her current cup holder. It took a lot of effort and time to get it secured. The holder only lasted for a day. She had to stop really quick, and it broke off, and her coffee went flying. So now we've had a 32-ounce spilled sweet tea and a cup of coffee spilt. Another user gave it a 1 out of 5. Says, every time I place a large cup in it, there is no support.
So this person is stupid. They do it over and over again.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's why they didn't give her a name. They gave no name, or his name. Just Amazon.
That's just dumb.
Michelle gave it a 1 out of 5, said it's cheap, breakable plastic.
Is that the Michelle we work with?
No.
No?
Michelle has no hair.
No hair at all?
Well, very short hair according to her picture. Like, really short hair. Like a shaved head. Yeah. I like,
her face is, like, strangely narrow, too. Like,
that's because I stretched it to fit.
Okay. I was going to say.
See how it's ovaled?
Wow. She looks like an alien.
No, if you squish it back down, she looks more like G.I. Jane.
Oh.
And not in a good way. So she says it's cheap plastic, way too shallow to fit existing cup holder, wobbled all over the place, did not come close to fitting in her Acura TL, even though Amazon said it would.
That sounds like a humble brag, her Acura TL.
She said go flush your money down the toilet instead. I'd buy it before I'd flush my money. It looks, in its picture, it looks like it works.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's combine this with the portable bidet. You could stick pennies on your butt and squirt the pennies off and then flush the pennies down the toilet.
This is a $20 product. I'm a yes on this.
What's the overall rating out of
4.1 out of 5.
How many reviews?
24,000. I mean, 2,400.
Still 2,400, still above 4.0?
Yeah, I'm a yes.
I mean, we'll stay at a hotel. It's a 4.0.
Yeah, I'm a yes. I think this.
I'd even consider 3.7 up to 4. Consider it.
This wouldn't work in the Prius, though. I already checked because they're round cup holders, not square. And the Prius has those square ones in the front.
With the little lips that hold it.
So this won't work in the Prius.
What if you jammed it in the lips?
Are you a yes or a no?
I don't know, man.
You're jamming what? What are you jamming in the lips? I'm so confused by this.
You got the little fingers that hold the cup in place in the cup holder in the Prius.
Oh, yeah, the little rubber thingies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you could jam that in it.
They make a square one.
Oh.
So they make one that will fit the Prius. It's $20. I'm a yes.
I'm a yes. In the Prius.
Yeah, the Boxster don't have a cup holder, so.
No. Doesn't even have a glove box.
This one's more for you because I know.
Huh.
This is the Humping
Are you doing that just because I live on a farm?
The Humping Animals Adult coloring book. Book of Animals Gone Wild. Color, laugh, and relax.
I don't know, man.
The about this item had me crying. So it says, the Humping Animals coloring book is jam-packed full of funny adult coloring pages featuring animals gone wild from around the world. You have never seen anything like it until now.
Who did it? Who wrote this book?
John P.
John's ashamed of his work, so only gives us the initial of his last name?
Yeah. And he didn't even write it. It's just pictures. So he says, let's be honest. We have all seen animals getting down. Maybe it was in a park, a neighbor's yard, or watching our own pets shag each other in the comfort of our own living rooms.
I turn away, actually.
But no matter where or how often it happens, you must admit it's hilarious. This adult coloring book recreates those moments while showcasing some that you may have never seen before. Look, this guy...
So I'm going to color animal porn.
This guy's admitting his fetish is watching his own pets shag each other in the comfort of his own living room. It features a variety of animals getting lucky from around the world, designed to help you relax, relieve stress, and laugh. Not only is the Humping Animals coloring book a great gift, but it's also designed to help you relax, relieve your stress, anxiety, and depression.
So is this guy a psychologist or psychiatrist?
He has cured anxiety and depression
by watching animals hump.
Exactly. This coloring book makes a great gift for anyone who loves animals. It makes a perfect present for all occasions such as Christmas, Mother's Day, college graduations, birthdays, retirements, grandparents, Hanukkah, and more.
So we, instead of having medical marijuana in California, ought to send the Humping Animals adult coloring book to those people on weed.
Well, I think if you sent the Humping Animals coloring book to the people in California, they'd just use the pages, and there's only 20 pages to roll joints. So
how much do I have to pay to watch animal to
$5.
color? To color animals humping.
$4.99.
Okay. So can I get it on Prime free shipping?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this would be a great gag gift.
This has had over 3,200 reviews. It got a 4.7 out of 5. Matter of fact, I pretty much got every 1-star review. There wasn't a lot. And like it's an adult coloring book, jam-packed with coloring pages of animals in their wild. This is actually a picture of a pit bull humping a purple stuffed animal.
It looks like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, actually.
So Nicky White was pissed. He gave it a 1 out of 5. Says, cartoony, in my opinion, was hoping for high-resolution pictures with outstanding quality of detail to pass my time.
Ooh,
I got the complete opposite.
I'm worried about that guy.
Yeah, Nicky White needs help. I'm assuming it's Nicky as a man because it's spelled like Nicky as a Nikki Sixx. Barb gave it a 1 out of 5, said it's a complete waste of money. She's from Canada, Barb is. Barb says, I bought this to give as a gift. Thought it would be funny. I would be too embarrassed to give this as a gift.
Why?
The pics are barely even legible. Quality is pathetic. Not at all what I was expecting, and the book is maybe 20 pages. She was very disappointed. So she's kind of like Nikki. She was expecting higher resolution photos. That's just disturbing.
Why? It's a gag gift. It's $5.
Jay says it's funny but terrible quality. As funny as the idea, the actual pictures are junk. Not adult skill level. Looks like something kids would color. But you shouldn't give this to kids. Funny as a gift, but very disappointed in the actual quality of the pictures.
So, Brad, you have a college degree in art, right?
Well, I went to art school. College degrees in sales, but... yeah.
Couldn't you...
I went to art school for 3 years.
Let's write a book called Sheep Shagging, and you just have sheep screwing each other.
I mean, for $5 times $32.50.
Yeah.
This guy's doing all right.
That's $15,000.
Yeah. He's made $15,000 off 20 pictures of cartoon animals humping each other.
He probably just Xeroxes it and staples it in the spine.
This guy, Christopher, only got half the book. The other half was literally cut out. Darren gave it a 2, says the best part is the cover, inside pictures suck. So a lot of people are complaining about the quality of the pictures, even like the 5-star reviews.
Is that a Chihuahua stooping a chicken there?
Yeah. So I think that's what made people
That's
mad.
really bizarre.
There's no, it's not from every picture I've seen, it's not like it's a graphical, nasty, this is literally made to make you laugh.
So it's not Hustler for animals?
No, this isn't animal porn.
Animal Penthouse?
This is like comedy.
I think it's hilarious.
It's to make you laugh.
So far, this is my favorite.
So you're a yes on the animal coloring book?
It's $5. It's something you give to someone as a gag.
Yeah, I thought it was a perfect gag gift.
I mean, I don't get these guys wasting their time on a $5 gift complaining.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
except for this dude. That one dude's a little strange. Like, he wanted some real whacking material.
Yeah, the graphic.
Yeah.
This wasn't enough graphic details for me. I did not care for it.
Look, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live, Mr. Strange Dude, but go to Forsyth, Georgia.
When you get
hang a right on 42 South, go through town, go through the square, keep going, go about 10 miles out of town. Just park your car. You can see animals humping.
So, look, this was in August, though, so this is back when gas prices were above $5 a gallon, so maybe it was cheaper to order a book of animals humping versus driving to the farm to watch them hump.
Well, you can instant message me on Twitter, and I'll bring you some lemonade. No, I don't take videos of animals humping. I turn away. I don't want to see it.
It's just rude.
Uh-huh.
It's imposing.
I mean, I would be embarrassed of a video of me humping. Well, I'm not going to watch that. Why am I going to look at animals doing it in a cartoon coloring book?
I go yes on this as well because it's just fun.
I might actually order one and send it to somebody.
I was thinking about getting one and giving to you. Then you'll re-gift it, though.
I was thinking of some coworkers.
You could put it in the bathroom.
Sending that to some coworkers.
Color. Leave it for coloring while in the bathroom.
Old Livingston, he'd love that.
All right, had some college football this weekend. Did you watch any college football at all?
I watched the Maryland game for a few minutes and realized I know why I don't watch Maryland football anymore.
So I watched Florida.
They almost beat Ohio State last week, though.
Did they?
Yeah.
Ohio State got their butts whooped this weekend by Michigan.
That's because they almost lost to Maryland the week before, and Maryland sucks.
Yeah, Michigan beat Ohio State. Yeah, Mississippi, an unranked Mississippi State beat Ole Miss, who was ranked. You had non-ranked Texas A&M beat, I think LSU was ranked 6th when they got beat by Texas A&M. You had South Carolina, who had no ranking whatsoever, go in and beat a top 10 team in Clemson. So after this weekend, which was rivalry weekend in football, next weekend is championship week.
Oh, I didn't watch Georgia. They beat Georgia Tech.
Oh, yeah. It started out rocky. Like, I was actually pissed. Yeah. Can't believe you got Georgia Tech shirt on. It's the dumbest crap I've ever seen.
I didn't know the turnout of the game because I didn't watch it, but I wore this just in case they won.
No, just in case.
They haven't won a game in years, have they?
They're the only team that
Didn't they fire their coach already?
They're the only team that lost on a bye week this year.
You would think the nerds that go to Georgia Tech could figure out how to win.
They're too smart to care. They're going to make more money not playing football than anybody on that team who goes to the NFL is going to make. Well, not all of them, but
they might invent
smart ones.
Skeeter, the replacement for Tweeter.
Yeah. No. I'm going to go with no on Skeeter. It's probably a website already out there called Skeeter.
Probably isn't a social network either.
All right, so the Pac-12 championship coming up this weekend, and you got number 12 Utah versus number 4 USC. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm going with USC.
Okay. I'm going with Utah. I think Utah will upset USC.
Nah.
All right. Big 12 championship. We have 13th place ranked Kansas State versus number 3 TCU.
I'm going with TCU because they're the Horned Toads, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that name.
I'm torn on this. I think it could go both ways. But since you picked TCU, just to keep us opposite, I'll go with Kansas State on this one.
Aren't they the Cougars? I think so. And they got some weird looking cougar. It's not even intimidating.
I thought it was like a toucan or something. Some kind of bird.
Well, no, I think it's a cougar.
Kansas State?
Yeah.
Look it up.
Jaybirds are the other one. Jayhawks.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. That's not Kansas State?
No.
It's the other Kansas school?
Yeah, it's the Cougars.
Is it?
Yeah, let's look. Well, it's still looking here. Yeah, Cougars. See, they're weird. Cougar, though?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
It's goofy looking.
I get the two confused because I'm not from Kansas. You also, this weekend, we had...
Do they have Cougars there? I thought they just had corn and wheat. No, why don't they call them the grains?
Dude, I've been through Kansas. There's nothing in Kansas.
Oh, I've got some friends that live
nothing.
there. They have trees near their house.
That's the only trees.
And you can see their house from like 50 miles away. You're like, oh, there's their house.
You see those windmills in the distance, and you're like, oh, there's some windmills. And then an hour later, you get to them.
Yeah.
That's how stupid it is out there. There's no trees. You see like 7 trees the whole state.
Well, you know, there's a town if you see a clump of them.
Yeah, well, they're not natural.
And they planted them.
Yeah, they're palm trees.
Yeah.
They don't belong. SEC championship. You have number 11 LSU versus number 1 Georgia. I'm obviously going with Georgia.
I'm going with Georgia. Come on.
Yeah, you got a 9-3 LSU versus a 12-0 number 1 ranked Georgia. If Georgia shows up and plays like they know how to play, this won't even be.
I mean, I don't want this to come back and haunt me, but I think Georgia's second string could probably beat LSU. That's why LSU's lost 3.
As long as Georgia's prepared. I've seen Georgia play some crappy games, but I think it was out of lack of preparation. The Big Ten champion is going to be Michigan because there's no way Purdue has a shot to beat them.
I don't think Michigan's that great. I think if Michigan makes it to the playoffs,
well, they will,
and they play Georgia, Georgia has 2 championships.
Well, if Michigan loses to Purdue, I think that takes them out of playoff contention because Purdue is an 8-4 unranked team. So I think if the number 2 team gets beat by an unranked team, you should be ineligible.
Yep.
Cannot play in the playoffs. So
put a fork in you.
Who are you taking, Purdue or Michigan?
Michigan.
All right. And the ACC championship is Clemson, the 10th ranked Clemson versus the 24th ranked North Carolina. Honestly, after watching Clemson get beat by South Carolina, I don't think they're going to lose again. And I think North Carolina really sucks.
I don't know. I thought Clemson looked. I'm going North Carolina.
Yeah, I'll go with Clemson just to keep it different, but it could go either. I'm 50-50 on this one. Cool. Should be a good weekend of football. I was reading on Twitter that TJ Majors is going to spot the number 8 Xfinity car at Junior Motorsports for Josh Berry in 2023.
I saw that too.
I think that's a good move. I mean, TJ spent a year in purgatory dealing with Chris Wrong and Brandon Brown. I think TJ signed with Brandon Brown, on Brandon Brown Motorsports, not made for Brandon Brown. I think he signed with that team before all the crap happened.
I mean, the one his dad started.
Built for Brandon, but not
built for Brandon, but not really Brandon's team.
Yeah, that one. I think TJ got suckered into it, and because TJ's a honorable guy.
Now, do you see Brandon Brown with a hatchet in his future standing in a driveway?
No.
No?
No, Brandon seems like a bigger dude. John West Townley seems like a little crackhead, but Brandon Brown don't. He seems like more of a got my crap together.
Or his crack together?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. You never know. Isn't he from Georgia?
Yes.
All right, so this is one thing that baffled me when the college football rankings came out. You have a 2-loss Alabama team ranked 6th, higher than a 2-loss Tennessee team ranked 7th. When Tennessee, one of Alabama's losses was a win for Tennessee.
It's a Saban bump. That's it.
Yeah. How else do you justify putting Tennessee ahead of Alabama? I mean, not putting them ahead of it, I guess. There's no way.
I mean, the only thing that works out for people in Alabama is
football.
their football team.
That's the only thing that and the opioid crisis. That's the other thing they were number one in. They're not even number one in football anymore.
They got that statue of that dude on the mountain in Birmingham.
Holding the stick.
Was it Ajax?
No. What was his name? The vacuum. No. Vulcan, that's it.
Yeah.
Holding the stick.
Yeah.
With his butt hanging out.
Yeah.
See his butt.
That guy could draw another book of statues with their butts hanging out. Coloring book.
So at one of the things my cousin pointed out to me at the Carden family reunion, apparently he listens to our show. So he informed me that Lord Carden, the sheriff and mayor from London, is not actually my great uncle.
Really?
Now we're related, obviously, because we have the same last name. But,
I was going to say it doesn't make any sense that you're not related somewhere.
But he's not as close as I guess I made.
Is your cousin one of those people that researches family history?
He's always got to be right. That's what his problem is.
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
He does listen.
Oh, what's his name? Daryl Stewart.
Yeah, he said he's gonna help my wife out. So when I screw up something on the show, he's gonna start calling me to inform me I was wrong.
But we know we're always wrong.
That's what I told him. We're not a fact-based podcast. This is comedy, laugh, chuckle, ha ha.
We're not historians. Have to get our facts straight.
No, we don't care about facts.
No,
I will never let the facts get in the way of a good story.
No, that would be a shame.
Well, it takes away from the story. I mean, I love my cousin. Don't get me wrong. He's had my back. He's pulled me out of some tight spots over the years. So, heck, he was in my wedding.
You know who I'm related to?
He come to my bachelor party. I don't think anybody there except him and my father-in-law was over 21.
Oh, he was the adult?
Yeah.
In the room?
Stuart's always been the adult in my life. He's taught me all the adult things I know. I say that sarcastically.
I'm related to Al Gore.
You're related to Al Gore?
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about my cousin Stuart, and you're talking about your uncle Al Gore?
He's not uncle.
Sister?
It's like a very distant cousin.
Is it the Al Gore, the one that...
No, the Al Gore. You can Google...
the internet?
You can Google Al Gore in my name, because the first pharaoh here in the colonies was James also. And you will find that he used my family to get into the Sons of the Revolution. My family history. Oh. He piggybacked like a good politician. He stretched the truth.
Oh, that shocks me.
But, I looked at his lineage. It looks like it might hold water through his mother.
Speaking of...
he's still a douchebag.
Al Gore?
I hate him.
He's a politician. It's required to be a douchebag if you're going to be a politician.
He's very... Have you noticed he's kind of arrogant?
Gore?
Yeah.
Really pay a whole
Gore's a whore.
I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Al Gore. That was before my time. I was in
No, he invented the internet, dude.
Yeah, and I was in high school when the internet was invented.
And then he invented something else.
Global warming.
Yeah, he invented that too.
Yeah. And
so if we stop Al Gore, we stop global warming.
You make a very good point. If we got rid of Al Gore, took him out of politics.
That's what we're saying. Out of politics. There's no threats here.
Yes, correct. If he was no longer a politician and just worked at the 7-Eleven... That's where he works now, isn't it? 7-Eleven?
I think so.
No.
You don't hear much of him anymore.
He's at a Wawa.
A Wawa?
Or a Sheetz.
A Sheetz? He shot himself at Sheetz.
The Sheetz station.
Yeah.
They had gas for $1.99 on Thanksgiving. Sheetz.
Well, then he wouldn't have been a part of that then, because he pumps the electricity into your Tesla.
Does he?
Yeah, full service Tesla station.
Did you see where Alyssa Milano? She's so mad at Twitter and Elon Musk. She traded in her Tesla for a Volkswagen. Volkswagen was created by who, sir?
Mr. Porsche. Dr. Porsche. Porsche.
I thought it was created by the Nazis.
Well, they gave him money to create the Volkswagen Beetle.
She traded in her Tesla for a Hitler mobile.
Over what? What's she got against Tesla?
Because she don't like Elon letting everybody back on Twitter.
Well, you don't have to follow him.
Well, Elon, even Apple and Google made the comment, I guess, that they were thinking about kicking Twitter out of their app store. And Elon says, okay, I'll just make a phone.
I don't think, though, I don't know why I'm confused with both, actually.
Both ways.
So why give up your Tesla?
Because
of
she don't
Elon
support
Musk.
Elon Musk.
Well, she's not really supporting Hitler by getting a Volkswagen. I'm a Volkswagen fan.
Yeah, but it's the irony. You gave up the Tesla because Elon is a conservative now. Or a Republican, whatever you want to call him. I don't know if he's either.
So based on my genealogy, do I get bitch slapped by a Volkswagen for not having pure blood?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm technically I drove a Volkswagen.
You can drive a Volkswagen. We don't fall into these.
I drove a
social
Volkswagen to your
constraints.
house today.
We don't fall into the social constraints of the left. So we can drive whatever we want. What I'm saying is the irony that she got rid of her Tesla because she's mad at Elon's letting the right or Trump back on Twitter. So she got rid of her Tesla and got a Volkswagen, which was literally funded by the Nazis and Hitler. Not that it's still funded by Hitler and the Nazis.
It might be.
That's how it
knows?
That's how it got going. So to me, it's just funny that she gets rid of one because of Trump to go to the other that was funded. She didn't let Hitler influence her not to buy a Volkswagen, but she let Trump influence her not to keep her Tesla. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, here's my problem.
At least that's what the article I read.
I don't know who she is.
She's somebody in Hollywood. I think it's
Is she on TV?
She was on that one show.
Thanks. Great.
What was it? It was one of the shows from when you were a kid. Growing Pains or something like that, maybe?
I remember Growing Pains.
Isn't that one with Corky? No,
that was something
Different
else.
Strokes.
I remember Different Strokes. I was real little. I was like the same size as that little kid on Different Strokes, except my kidneys functioned and I grew.
Alyssa Milano, I can't remember what she was on. I think
so. This was like hundreds of years ago. She was famous.
Alyssa Milano is,
and now
she's an American actress. An American actress. She played.
Did you say she has axes?
No,
that's bigger than hatchets.
She's an American hatchet. No, Alyssa Milano is an American actress. She has played Samantha something. Oh, she was in Who's the Boss? That's it. She played Samantha.
Oh, yeah. That was with that other dude. I don't know her from her
Tony
picture.
Danza was Who the Boss.
I barely know who Tony Danza is, but was he a boxer?
She played in Charmed.
I have no clue what that is.
That's the only other thing.
I guess she gets royalties from that show on reruns, and that's how she's able to afford a Tesla.
It says she's an active activist.
An active activist. I wish I had that title.
Known for her role in the Me Too movement.
An active activist. That's what I want to be, an active activist.
What do you do for a living? I actively activist.
Wow. She's an activist.
Hey, did you see the rumor that Helio Castroneves will be racing in the Daytona 500?
Yes.
So the rumor currently is, well, I guess when he won that Syrix race, that's when they announced that he would race.
Yeah, down at Five Flags.
So the rumor is come down to two teams now.
Isn't he going to be a car 91?
That's one of the rumors, and the other is the money team. I would hope and pray if I'm Helio that it's not the money team.
If he can do a top 20 with the money team,
he can win.
He's as good as we think he is.
You can't do a top. That money team's not going to last the whole race.
Well, they couldn't even finish. They didn't do a whole season this year, did they?
No. Biffle couldn't do anything in the money team, and he has experience in that style of car.
Biffle, remember at the Atlanta race, he did pretty good until his car blew up.
Until he didn't. That's what I'm saying. If you were a driver, if you are a world-renowned Dancing with the Stars winner, Indy 500, multiple Indy 500 winner.
Was he on Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, he won.
Oh, I don't watch that.
You talk about it all the time, but you don't watch it.
I watch Helio.
Julio.
Oh, jeez. We just went down the Julio.
Julio Castroneves.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him.
He will always hold a special place in my heart. The 24 hours of Daytona, we were about
3-4 in the morning,
about to pass out, and I'm like dozed off. It's been silent for 20 minutes, and out of nowhere, Jamie just screams, Julio Castroneves.
Well, he was on the break, and they were interviewing him,
and you were dreaming.
And I woke up, and there he was.
So you just announced it to the whole room?
Well, I was a fan. Well, the whole hotel probably heard.
Woke me up.
Well, you know,
Scared the crap out of me.
Our hotel's now in the Atlantic Ocean.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is.
From that.
But the good people at the Tiki Taki, they found us another room.
They did at the same rate, even though everybody else,
Tripled.
they started going to $400 inland.
Oh, it got bad. It got really bad.
$400 a night.
Well, that's because most of the hotels in Daytona were wiped out there.
Do you think our Bed Bath & Beyond beach house...
Oh, the Beach House Inn?
I mean, that was just down the road. Hopefully they got wiped out. When we went out to their pool look at their green pool.
They did get wiped out, but nobody can tell a difference.
So they're just going to...
They never even closed.
Oh,
You just slept on a pool float.
And they just said no refunds.
In the water.
They were just letting people get the rooms. And
I think they just let all the homeless people come in. Well,
get vouchers from the city.
Yeah. And for any disease you get, here's a voucher.
Yeah.
Our hotel was gone. The pool was gone. The front rooms were gone. Beachside, they fell off.
Now, I was a little upset at first when they just sent me a thing saying it had been canceled. They didn't tell me why. It wasn't until I watched the news that night and I said, hold it.
Well, we knew.
I think that's our hotel.
We knew the night before that.
Laying in the ocean.
You called me the night before when the hurricane was hitting Florida, and you said, hey, I think I just saw what looked like our hotel on TV. It wasn't looking too good. And then the next day you got the email. So we had, at least you had a pre-warning thanks to...
But why did I have to be a man Karen to get a decent rate at another... What's it called? Best Western? Is that where we're at?
You had to be a man Karen to get the rate, because otherwise they were going to charge you the new inflated rate.
I'm wondering why they just didn't do it automatically and said, hey, look, the hotel's in the ocean. This is 3 exits up from the race.
It's post-COVID. You don't have to offer customer service anymore. We deal with that on a daily basis, my friend.
Yeah.
Customer service.
It's in all industries.
Is completely gone, 100%. Right.
And now you got a tip if you go to Ace to buy a wrench. What's that about?
No, I ain't seen that. You have to tip at a retail store?
I have my town.
Who are you tipping weird. For help?
I don't know, because I picked my wrench up. You know what I did?
You mean
I took my wrench back.
The receipt has a spot on it for tipping? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the little card scanner.
Yeah, would you like to leave a tip?
Stick it in there and it says, how much would you like to tip?
0.
And I'm looking around and I'm like, are they going to bring me a hamburger or a hot dog? Because I picked the wrench up and carried it myself to check out. And I was being lazy. It's a half an hour drive to Lowe's and back. We got 2 Aces in our little town, though.
2?
The one on the square is the good one.
Probably owned by brothers.
They'll help you. No.
They're probably brothers, right?
The other one's owned by Mr. Jones, who's running for lieutenant governor.
It's not Mr. Jones's brother at the other one?
No.
Are they not cousins at least?
It's a franchise. I didn't know this.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So
because I immediately left the...
Bob Jones and Earl Jones could both own...
I can't remember the guy's name. My family knew him. Knows him. I think he's still alive. Whatever. But I left them. The reason I went there is they have a parking lot. It's at the old Piggly Wiggly.
The parking lot is?
No, the Ace.
Oh, okay. The other one's just
the new Ace. I don't know why he opened up there. I guess there's no
other one's just on
geographic thing. Yeah.
No parking.
And that one's been there since like the 1920s.
I don't know when the last time I even went in an Ace Hardware was.
So I left that. I took the tool bag and the lady said, what are you doing? I'm like, sorry, I'm not tipping you.
Ace is the place for the helpful hardware pros. That's what it is.
So I went to the other one and asked them questions, and that's when they said, we're franchised.
So they don't care.
Oh, they really hate the other Ace.
So one Ace wants tips and the other one don't.
Right.
So the crappy Ace wants you to tip them.
And the good Ace with no parking. Because you got to park behind the building and walk up to the square to go to that
Maybe that's
Ace.
the purpose of the tip, is to cover the parking fees.
But there's also a Dunkin' and a church. We have a storefront church next to Ace. And on the other side, there's a Dunkin'.
A storefront church?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's like PowerPoint church.
Is that like home church?
No, it's a church. I've never been to the service.
So it's like legit.
I am curious though.
It's like legit church, not home church.
I don't know. I haven't been. Well, they got a church in the building, but it's like PowerPoint. And I was wondering if all the sermons are given on PowerPoint, or is that like a reference to God being all powerful?
Yeah, I think we need to check this place out.
I'm thinking about it.
What religion is it?
I don't know.
Is it Quakerism?
No. The closest, there is one in Macon.
Catholic?
But they practice at the, practice. I guess we're all sinners, so we are practicing, right? We're practicing Christianity.
I don't know what the Quakers do. But
no, we're Christians.
They just don't speak. You go to silent church where you don't talk to each other.
Well, no. If you're influenced by God to say something, you just blurt it out.
If nobody's influenced, you just sit there all day?
Yeah. It's nice and relaxing.
That's why you like it.
Well, no one judges you. I mean,
nobody talks to you.
No, and I don't.
They sit there on their phone?
So let's look at our calendar. You want to go to Decatur, friends?
Yes.
Atlanta, friends?
Yes, I do.
And just sit there quietly?
Yes, I won't. I'll promise not to be intervened by God.
God influences you to speak.
But I'm not a Quaker, so I wouldn't be able to be influenced by Quaker God.
I think it's the same God.
Oh, it is?
Okay. Well, you forget, I'm a Baptist Catholic Quaker.
It is the same God. It's the Friends of Light is where y'all serve at. We looked this up. I looked it up at least.
No, that's your inner light, not the Friends of Light.
That's what makes you speak.
That's your soul.
That's the God part.
God has influenced your inner light and you speak.
Yes. But if I'm not a Quaker, I can't speak during
Yes, you can.
During a Quaker service.
That's the beauty of being a Quaker.
So it's just come as you are.
We're all God's children. It's not as judgy as even my Baptist church is very judgy.
See, I don't think we're that judgy of a church. At least my crew, the people I hang out with.
Hold it. I got church members that you might want to cut this out.
Those older.
My judgy church. I mean, I do a lot of judging too.
Older people judge a lot. Like we have older people at our church who are like, "Hey, why do you have a hat on?" Like I don't think Jesus cares if you have a hat on or not.
Do you think though during prayer if you should take your hat off?
I think if you take your hat off for the singing of the national anthem, you should take your hat off for prayer.
Well, I think I'm very judgy if you don't take your hat off for the national anthem.
I am too, but that's only because that's how I was raised going to NASCAR races.
Well,
your hat off, put your hat over your heart, they pray, and then they do the national anthem.
My grandmother's religion, what I'm is not a part of, but I guess culturally, bloodlines, I am a...
What religion is she?
Well, she's dead. She was Jewish.
Okay. So
but when I visited...
Jewish, Quaker, Catholic, Baptist...
Let's say bloodline Jewish. If you want to call it an actual... What do you want to call it? An ethnicity. That was a long word. I couldn't even do that again. I couldn't even do it. Ethnicity.
That's like saying,
is it ethnicity?
That's like De Benedetto.
So I think, and this is my opinion, there's ethnic Jews and there's religious Jews. And you're both, if you're a religious Jew, you're ethnic and your religion. I just happen to have blood from a Jewish woman running through my veins.
So you're saying I'm more of a Baptist because my mom and dad were Baptists, so I have blood of a Baptist running through my veins. So that makes me more of a Baptist.
But you see, my grandmother's parents were both Jewish.
See,
they always hold themselves separate.
So are we looking at Jewish as a religion or as a
ethnicity as well?
Race. So it's like a race.
I'm thinking it is.
The Jewish race.
Didn't Hitler try to erase the Jewish race?
I thought it was a religion.
All I know is, look, guys, you can judge me for this or whatever.
We already said this is not a podcast.
No, it isn't. But in 4th grade, I was shown by another student, he was drawing the swastika. I drew the swastika, and my teacher saw it.
You got in trouble?
Well, she was Jewish. And she said, "You don't know what that means." And I said, "No, I don't."
Does she teach you, or does she get mad?
Well, she knew my family, and she said, "Your grandmother would be very disappointed in you." And she explained to me,
well, at least she was,
what the swastika was, and asked me if I ever wanted to draw it again. And I said, "No."
I don't remember where I learned about it. I'm sure it was in school somewhere.
I thought it was a cool symbol. I did. I didn't, but not knowing, not knowing.
Not knowing, but once you knew, it was no longer cool.
Right.
We did the Anne Frank. We were in Budapest, in Poland. I know where Budapest is. Yeah.
No, Budapest is in Austria.
Oh, we went to Austria.
Or is that in Hungary? You know what? It sits there. Is it Buda and Pest?
We went to Vienna, Austria.
Right.
And we left Austria.
The heart of Nazism.
And then we left there and went to Budapest. And they had just gotten done with their Civil War and were just like, you could still see the holes in the walls where the shell casings had hit.
I thought Anne Frank was from Denmark.
So while we were in Budapest, they had an Anne Frank museum, and we went to it.
Oh.
It was in one of the houses that she had lived in while there. It was pretty neat. It was pretty cool to see. That was a cool country to visit. That was a cool trip. Both of those, so. In other news, Keselowski's going to run the Snowball Derby.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be a good race. That's on Sunday, coming up this week. I might pay-per-view it.
Sunday this week.
Well, is that this week, or if it's the first day of the week, would it be next week?
You know, it's so hard to do things. I'd like to go, but it's in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, which kind of...
Yeah, Saturday's SEC championship game, so I plan my day around that.
Well,
I'm not going.
And I got other things to do, Christmas-related.
I bought tickets yesterday for somebody else. I'm not going.
Well, that sucks. Is it going to be in Atlanta?
Oh, yeah. SEC. It's at Mercedes-Benz every year.
Is it still called Chick-fil-A?
No, that's pregame.
Oh, the Chick-fil-A pregame.
Yeah, that's preseason, or not a preseason. It's Chick-fil-A Bowl, or the Chick-fil-A game of the week, or whatever it is. It's like the first game of the year.
But there is a Chick-fil-A Bowl, too.
There is a Chick-fil-A Bowl, but that's not this weekend.
It's got chicken in it.
These are divisional championship games. These are the ones we made picks on earlier. Fox has announced that they will rotate a third person through the booth again next season.
I saw that and it pissed me off.
I just hope Danica's not one of them.
She's going to be one of them.
For Indy again?
You know, we have this podcast, and we know the phones listen to us. So I'll do Google News, and in there will be Danica released these steamy hot pictures. I've never looked at Danica in a bathing suit or in her Fredericks of Hollywood gown.
Why not?
I know it's listening.
Oh, so it's popping them up.
Yeah. That's not news to me. Danica's got a freaking bathing suit on.
Well, maybe that's why we need Elon to make a new smartphone so we can ditch the spying devices of Apple and Google. And we can go with the Tesla of cell phones.
What? But they're not making those anymore. You see they're going apeshit crazy in China at Foxconn, the maker of the iPhone? Because they're pissed off at the same shit we were doing 2 years ago, locking ourselves in rooms and
they're on their lockdown,
eating potato chips. You know why they're mad? I don't think they have potato chips in China.
That'd make them mad.
Because
that'd make you mad.
Hey, put 30 pounds on me during COVID.
Did you see in San Francisco, the police want to be able to give their robots the authority to use deadly force against suspects that threaten the lives of police and citizens? I'm
all for that because I see on the news constantly where people do like store raids and just steal everything in it, and the police just stand there and go, You want to give a robot ability to shoot you? Well, robots are listening to our podcast and putting up news articles. Okay, that's better than shooting at us. That's some sci-fi dystopian world crap. I really don't care what they do in California. That's true. It's their own thing. We approve it. Go ahead, California. Go ahead. Oh, man. So, got the Cannonball Run coming up in February.
Where's our second stop going to be at there, Shortcake?
Well, if we maintain our 45-mile average and the capacity of our fuel tank, it's going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee. I think that's
Our
where
second stop.
I think that's where them left turn Colt boys live at.
Is it?
Some of them. I know Dalton's from that area. He's a Tennessee Vols fan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Because I found this review of... It was supposed to be a review of Knoxville, but the guy just went down to college football and went nuts. And we'll get to that in a moment.
It's the Southeast, man. You know, college football is a big thing in the Southeast.
Because we can't stop.
We don't play.
Because we can't stop on our cannonball run. We cannot stop at the roadway inn in Knoxville. And I picked this because, you know, we usually don't read 5-star ratings. He gave it a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. I wished he could have gave it a 6.
And this was on TripAdvisor, yeah.
Wish
I could have given it a 6, I would have, but I couldn't.
I've never seen anybody fall into the 6-star trap.
But this guy he took it a new way, because I usually avoid these, and I just started reading it for fun, and I said, this really isn't very positive. But his name is Ghost. Well, this is his... I don't know what you call it. His handle, Go779048.
It's gamer tag.
Is it?
I don't know. That's what we call it.
He wrote it. This is very recent. He said, this place is the best. This place has really turned around. Don't listen to all the negative reviews. The management is incredible and very friendly. They gave me 13 equally bloody and semen-filled towels upon check-in. The ice machine works phenomenally well. I only saw a couple of prostitutes, and some were part of the LGBTQ community. And then he puts a meme of a rainbow. I was very happy about the management's openness to pride. I love their pricing of $60 a month. Very affordable. The TV was a QLED Ultra 8K Samsung. The remote worked better than any TV remote in North Korea. There were free crack rock samples they sell outside at check-in. They provide snap traps free of charge to catch roaches. They didn't even seem to work too well. I woke up in the middle of the night with 2 on my face. And 1 in my mouth. So quirky. And then he does a smiling face emoji.
Yeah, it's like freak out smile.
Ow.
Look, dude, this is like my biggest fear. It's sleeping in my biggest fear from sleeping in a hotel room is a roach crawling in my ear and having babies.
That's why you got the 4.0 threshold to stay.
Yeah.
And 3.7, and you might consider if there's no 4.0s around.
3 and below, you getting a roach.
3.5. I don't know. The other guests were very friendly. One offered to cap me if I get in his space again. I didn't take him up on his offer of a soda. So overall, this is the best inn I've ever stayed at. Would recommend.
Yeah, I loved it, man.
Yeah, what a great review.
He gave it a 5-star with all. He just gave the negative points in a 5-star way.
Yeah.
I mean, look, like he said, they gave him 13 equally bloody and semen-filled towels. At least they were equally.
Yeah. They don't discriminate.
The ice machine
They
works.
gave them equal semen towels, and they're part of the LGBTQ community.
The prostitutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's $60 a month. The TV works better than any TV in North Korea. I mean, they have free crack. This is what I love.
Free crack samples.
That they sell you.
Yeah, that they sell you.
We'll give you this for free after you pay for it. I love it, man.
It's amazing.
Can we drive through the parking lot real fast?
Actually, it's along the interstate. We should be able to see it as we go flying by. We might even need to stop at that exit to put gas in the car.
Well, they have free crack samples. We don't want to fall asleep.
I don't know if we want to be doing crack in the Prius.
I don't think we want to be doing anything.
I don't think we're getting pulled over in the Prius anyway. Maybe if we're going too slow up a mountain. Hey, you've gone below the minimum speed.
They're going to pull us over in Texas or Oklahoma laughing at us. Two dudes in a Prius is going to be comical.
With Sea to Shining Sea logos on the front doors.
Well, no telling. I mean, look, at my family gathering, I got two cousins willing to sponsor us, wanting to sponsor a tank of gas for a logo. One out of Florida, one of them's out of Georgia. Got my brother-in-law's got the liquor store. We'll probably get a tank of gas out of them for a little sponsorship.
That's what we want on our door. Logo.
Well, I mean,
the bottle shop.
138 liquor store.
138 liquor store.
Yeah, we have 138 liquor store. We put it on like the race car by the logos by the front tires.
Hey, I put a full door on it.
We can do the 138 liquor store. We can do Danny Carden Plumbing. That's my cousin Stuart. That's where he's at.
No, let's do it.
My cousin in Florida's got Toyota dealership or Lexus dealership, something like that. Put him on there. We can hook them all up.
Heck yeah. We got to figure out how much does it make us, what does it cost to put
we got to figure out what it costs to make the logo.
Sticky thing you put decal on there, the decal. We know what a tank of gas is. It's going to be like
anywhere from 30 to 1,000.
Well, in California, it's like $7.50 a gallon.
God.
So 10 gallons is going to be what, $75?
That's ridiculous.
Plus what, 25 for the thing?
We'll just get gas out of town.
So really, we should be what, 60, 100, and 150 if we show your logo in California.
Yeah. Well, we show the logo. We're not going to take the logo off once we put it on until we're done. Well, that's why we got to get those decals so they peel off.
You know what? Anything is helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going out of our pocket on this thing. So, yeah, whatever. We'll take care of you and show your ad on our car.
Where are we going next?
We appreciate you just for listening. Shoot. Next, we're going to the Budget Inn.
Yeah, I was blown away when I had a family gathering when they were telling me they'd listen. I was like, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, it actually was kind of crazy. I didn't expect any of my family to listen other than immediate family.
The Budget Inn's 1 out of 5.
It's absolutely horrible.
They go for a long time, too. They say, book this motel for 3 nights while relocating to the area. We knew not to expect the Ritz or anything on that level, but the motel was on a level of its own. Upon checking in, the room didn't seem too bad. It seemed doable for 3 days. Well, as the few moments wore on, we discovered a different world. I noticed the carpeting near the sink was soaked after I took off my shoes and walked over to the sink to brush my teeth. I was wearing socks, thank God. Next, there was a bug of some sort stationed on the plastic cups by the sink. We tried swatting it and shooing it away. It wouldn't move, but it was alive. Thirdly, after pulling back the bed sheets, we discovered the comforter had horribly yellow and dingy stains.
That's the worst to me, man. When the sheets are dirty.
Did not look washed. I can't say for sure whether it was or not. Under the comforter, though, we were given free pubes. It was totally disgusting.
At least they didn't charge them for them.
I know. Like the other place, they give free rock.
Well, they have free crack rock, but they charge for it, so.
We immediately packed up and headed to the front desk, only to have our hopes dashed by the incredibly rude and sarcastic Billy, who told us we could not leave until morning because he did not have access to the safe to give us a refund. So they paid cash?
That's what it looks like.
Huh. It was about 12 midnight at this time. Well, we could leave, but we couldn't leave with our money, basically, which we weren't prepared to do. So after repeatedly telling us he found it hard to believe our room was so appalling, he offered us another room. We unfortunately obliged because we had no other options. So he gave us 1 key and wrote down 3 room numbers for us to check out. Well, that's sketchy. He told us the key would open up all 3 rooms, which in itself kind of freaked me out. Yeah.
1 key for 3 rooms.
So basically, they program a master key for everybody that checks in, I guess.
Or he just gave them a yeah.
So does that mean my room key would just open John Doe's room next door? His key would open up mine as well? Yeah.
Exactly what it means.
Exactly. Food for thought.
No, that's not.
No, it's not food. It's a key.
That's when you leave.
There's something wrong with this lady.
That's when you leave.
That's not food for thought.
That's like that one lady that time that she's like, and a man jumped through the window, but that's not the worst thing that happened.
I mean, if I want food for thought, I have a Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola and a Little Debbie Swiss roll, and I'm really juiced up for about an hour, and then I have a hangover.
Yeah, that's like 1,000 calories.
I think it's a whole day's worth of calories, isn't it? 2,000, 3,000?
That Swiss roll is probably 2 servings.
Probably.
1 roll per serving.
Or half a roll per serving.
Yeah.
It's 4 servings. Anyway, we checked out all 3 rooms. All were equally disgusting. First room had bloody fluid stains on the sheets, and this comforter also appeared dingy. The sheets with the bodily fluids were washed, but they should have immediately been discarded with the type of permanent stain on them. Well, they should have used Tide. We're not endorsed by Tide, but
Tide Pods.
Yeah. The second room smelled like a wet dog and had makeup, lipstick stains on the pillows. We went on to the third room. The room had no stains or free body fluids or pubes on the sheets, which was a plus. I did have stains on the washcloth, but by the time we were so tired that we expected this room. I don't know what that means.
I think she meant inspected, but it's probably Siri. So Siri, you know how Siri auto corrects our crap all the time.
We slept in our clothes above the covers. I decided to pull back the bed from the wall because I had seen a picture of TripAdvisor once of someone who had done this and found lots of junks. Well, I did so, and it was horrifying. A horrible black stain dribbling from the headboard area. Ew.
Why would you move the bed in a hotel?
I don't want to.
Sounds horrible.
I don't want to see what's under the bed.
No, I don't want to know what's under anything.
All right, we just started. Where did we go up in Charlotte?
Where the Falcons stayed?
The Renaissance.
That's where the Falcons players.
Yeah, the Falcons were there.
And
I didn't pull the bed out to see what was hidden underneath.
They made us walk around outside in the rain because the Falcons didn't want to be looked at while they're eating. Nobody's looking at the Falcons. The Falcons suck. I think
I
they're
watched
literally
them
the worst
yesterday.
NFL team.
They suck.
Did they lose?
Yeah, they lost.
Good.
Threw an interception in the end zone.
That's right. I saw that.
Yeah.
We had football on all day yesterday too.
I don't think they represent Georgia very well.
I don't think they represent football very well.
No, they don't. So it was so incredibly nasty, is what she says. We were out first thing in the a.m., and Pat, the shift manager, gave us our full money back with no questions asked. She apologized, but nothing could be done to erase this. Bad motel needs good housekeeping, better management, who strive to provide guests with stain-free linens and clean, dry flooring.
That's all she wants, stain-free linens and clean, dry. I mean, I'm with her. Because now she's got to pet her dirty socks. What if you only brought 1 pair of socks to wear around the room at night?
What was the black ooze coming out of the headboard? Blood from a murder?
It could have been the glue they used, because those headboards are usually glued to the wall. So,
it could have been.
So if she
glue, dirt, dust.
She literally ripped the headboard off the wall and then complained because there's holes in the wall now. Duh.
So this one's a 1 out of 5 for Google. And I've noticed in Knoxville, the worse the hotel, the less educated the reviewers.
You think?
They don't leave a lot.
It's the hillbilly that jumped out of the hole in Bristol. He ran up to Knoxville.
They wrote a lot.
He's writing this review.
Well, they give it a 1 out of 5, the Lakeview Motel. Jessica Hernandez. She says a man was just shot and killed here. Very nasty and dangerous place. But Marshall Clifton also gave it a 1 out of 5, and he said, I went there to see my daughter last night. Some lowlife pulled a gun on me saying, get the F out of here. So I did. Not a nice place. Stay away from this place. So, I got the gun.
So he left his daughter there, though. I have a problem.
I know.
with that.
Not a nice guy. Why did he take his daughter with him?
Yeah. What a pansy.
Well, maybe this is his daughter.
Hey, Marshall Clifton.
Well, maybe this is his daughter. Because, last time we got a murder was here.
Pulled the gun on him?
It could have been because Knoxville, WATE,
they still
News, they reported a Knoxville nurse has been arrested and charged with shooting a man to death last weekend at a Knoxville hotel. Which is this hotel.
Yep.
Danielle Wright, 28, is charged with first-degree murder and being held on $1 million bond. She turned herself in at the Knox County Jail on Friday. Officials say, until recently, she worked as a nurse at UT Medical Center. Police have accused her of shooting Parnell Nimmons, 33, to death at the Lakeview Motel, 6133 Chapman Highway on April 3rd. So if any of you guys want to go there, 6133 Chapman Highway. So there's also a bridge in town that we don't want to cross. It's the Gay Street Bridge.
Why don't we want to cross
I think they have pride in Knoxville.
It's haunted.
It is haunted.
So that's why we don't want to cross it.
Yeah. Because the illuminated glory of the Gay Street Bridge has some haunting history.
What's that?
In 1815, a man was running from a lynch mob and ended up falling off the bridge. Today, he plays with the electricity on the bridge. For over 100 years, the third light on the bridge has continually gone out, no matter what the city does to prevent it. In the early 2000s, the city of Knoxville went so far as to completely rewire the electrical system. But the ghost won't stop. The third light still flickers.
That's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
Even after they rewired it, probably went back with some like more energy efficient LED lights.
Well, it goes on to say that on a haunted tour, they make fun of the ghost who will then flicker the lights on and off to show that he can.
Hey, well, I wouldn't be tempting him.
No. So then I wanted to look at a review of Knoxville.
Yeah.
And I found this review, but there's NASCAR in here, so I thought it was related. But the review, here's the title. Vanderbilt is superior to the University of Tennessee. Many of you outside of Tennessee are unaware of the dichotomy that exists within our state. The University of Tennessee and Vanderbilt University stand in stark contrast to one another. Below is a comparison of the two schools.
I mean, this guy went all out.
Hey, our buddy Matt, who we used to work for, not for, but with, he went to Tennessee, didn't he? You went to a game with him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Matt's not going to like what this guy says.
I've been to both schools.
So so am I. But I didn't notice the dichotomy. That's our word for the day, I think, dichotomy.
I don't know what dichotomy is. So.
Well, if you say it the way it's spelled, it's just otomy. Dishotomy? But anyway, first he rags on, he says location, Nashville, the Athens of the South. This is the cradle.
Dichotomy.
Dichotomy?
Dichotomy.
Or dichotomi.
Dichotomi.
So, once again, the Nashville, the Athens of the South, is the cradle of education in the state of Tennessee. Vanderbilt University is her crown jewel. Unfortunately, Nashville is also within the state of Tennessee. This means the inevitable association with a third-rate public institution to the east, the University of Tennessee. The lower education institution, also known as UT, is located in the heart of redneck, NASCAR-loving East Knoxville, Tennessee. It is barely functioning example of a third world within the United States, mostly run by moronic, witless idiots. Knoxville and the surrounding counties are overrun with inbred Jethro Nation hillbillies. The rich ones have outhouses. Many of you outside of Tennessee are unaware of the dichotomy that exists within our state. He's kind of repeating himself.
So what does dichotomy mean?
I don't know. A comparison? But then he goes, the campus, Vanderbilt University is as close to Harvard as you can get without actually going to Cambridge, Massachusetts. Filled with a multitude stately academic buildings, the finest that architecture can produce, and massive magnolia trees. Vanderbilt's campus is the only front of moral and intellectual superiority within 500 miles. Athletic facilities are located on the fringes of campus. What does that mean? It's on the fringe.
On the sketchy parts.
So then he's going to go to
dichotomy
UT.
Is a division into two contrasting things or parts.
Oh, okay. Well,
he learned a new word that day he wrote this review.
At the University of Tennessee, Jethro Nation worships at two hideously constructed levitons known as Neyland Stadium and Thompson Bowling Arena. This is where UT student athletes do battle with other football factories in the Southeastern Conference. Orange-clad sidewalk alumni idiots fill these overblown double wides on game day, frothing at the mouth for victory, clamoring for humiliating defeat of their opponent. There are also a few other brick buildings on the campus. What goes on within these buildings is unknown.
What this guy has just described is the All-American Southeastern Conference, the SEC, Football Nation. This guy.
Do you think he went to Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt sucks at football.
They have a decent baseball team, always have, but that's about it.
They have a good-looking baseball field. I've actually seen it. But I've been to Neyland Stadium. It is loud. The fans are absolutely insane. It's crazy. I mean, it's a great time. Had a blast. Loved going. I went and saw Georgia shut out Tennessee there where the announcers quit announcing. But what this guy just described would make you want to go here.
But look at what else he says. Now, come on. Athletics. Vanderbilt University has a storied men's baseball program. I agree. They do. The women's bowling team.
They have.
He goes to the women's bowling team next. Has earned back-to-back national titles.
I wonder how their Quidditch team is.
Oh, they probably got a good Quidditch team, too. They're hoping for a three-peat this year.
A three-peat?
Ooh. The admission records of these women will be double-checked to make sure they're all future Rhodes Scholars and that none of them were admitted for their bowling prowess alone. So, only thing that matters at the University of Tennessee is football. Beyond that, they really don't care. Academics is a cover for the activity on campus that is solely designed to produce SEC championships and arrest records.
Amen.
Game day. Wealthy Vanderbilt alumni and their genteel families gather on game day to watch the future captains of industry compete against their swarthy, bulging opponents in the Southeastern Conference, associating with the lesser beings that make up the majority of the Southeastern Conference.
This guy sounds like a douchebag.
Totally. Only downside to being a part of Vanderbilt University. Hillbillies coming straight from committing incest roll out of the hills surrounding Knoxville on Saturday to see their foals rip their opponent limb from limb, swilling RC Cola, moonshine for those 12 and over, and moon pies. These moon people like moon pies.
Brought the moon pies.
These toothless hicks invade like an army of cockroaches infesting a Red Lobster dumpster at Miami Beach in August.
Oh, man. I bet they got blow-up animals in the yard.
I think he went to Vanderbilt.
I think he's got the humping animals coloring book.
I think he went to Vanderbilt.
Definitely.
Wow. It's kind of like Georgia Tech and Georgia fans, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Like Vanderbilt probably has a higher education level than Tennessee, but this guy
isn't Vanderbilt private too? And it is named after the first billionaire, Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So, and their team's mascot's the Commodores, which Vanderbilt was called Commodore Vanderbilt.
Oh, the Falcons played the Cameroons yesterday.
Camarillos. Commodores. That band.
Camadorians.
Yeah, that sounds like a Star Wars bad guy, doesn't it? The Camadorians?
Maybe a ship.
They lost to the Camadorians, too.
Yeah, it was pathetic, man. I do remember seeing that now. It was just a very Falcons thing to do.
That's what they always do.
Falcons have never. I think we should sell the Falcons and buy the Rams because they're just getting passed around. Who's Vegas on now?
The Raiders. It's a cool name. I like their uniforms, black and silver.
Well, the Raiders were out of Oakland, right?
Yeah.
And they kept getting shot. So
they went to L.A. for a little bit, then they went back to Oakland.
So when did Ice Cube support them? Was it when
they were in Los Angeles?
So when they went back to Oakland, he was done?
No, I think he's still a fan. And now Vegas. Isn't Vegas just a suburb of Los Angeles?
Yeah, basically. It's like where Los Angeles goes to play.
Yeah.
Same stupid crap.
And then the Chargers, I don't get why they left San Diego. They play in the same stadium as the Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
No, but they're called the Los Angeles Chargers now.
I thought it was the Los Angeles Rams.
It is.
And there's a Chargers?
Yeah, and San Diego has no football team now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
And it's not air conditioned at their stadium. Oh, my.
Man, your phone's making all kinds of noise today.
Oh, man, it's on fire.
All right.
That's just Elon Musk sending me an email telling me that I'm not verified.
You're not. Nor will you pay to be verified if it costs money.
Is he going to get angry at me for driving a Volkswagen?
Probably.
But I didn't trade in a Tesla to get it.
Only if you traded in your Tesla.
I've never owned a Tesla. The closest I'll ever come to an electric car is the Prius. And it generates its own electricity.
Yeah, it makes its own.
Uh-huh.
But it has batteries.
Yeah, but
I saw a thing that was talking about how much fossil fuels go into building a battery. It's like 300% times.
Economically and ecologically,
you'll burn less fuel driving a car over a 10-year period.
Battery car really fucks the environment.
That's what I'm saying. You'll burn less fuel driving a regular car for 10 years versus building one battery. Building one battery uses as much fuel as a car that you've driven for 10 years.
And my whole back
How is that? That's one battery.
I wonder what they did with I had to have my batteries
What's
replaced.
wrong with hydrogen?
Hydrogen's cool. You got water coming out of the tailpipe.
Okay. But
that's the exhaust.
We have cars like that now.
I think Honda's going to start selling them, aren't they?
It's not a market for it. I think that's the problem.
Well, I think all the wackadoodles.
You got it there, Pete.
Yeah, I think all the wackadoodles, they like electric better. For some reason, they believe if we kill the environment building solar panels and windmills and batteries, that's okay.
That's because those same wackadoodles think if they don't use the gas, Putin will lose his war because he won't have no money because his money's coming from gas.
But most of the coal-fired electric plants have switched to natural gas.
Probably the same people who think pencils misspell words.
They do.
And forks
it's
make
their
you
fault.
overweight.
It's their fault.
It is.
It's the pencil's fault.
The pen.
Uh-huh.
I had a number 2 pencil when I was in school. That's why my GPA was so low.
I misspelled words because of pens. You can't erase a pen, so I decided to just leave it, even though I knew it wasn't spelled right. I did not know what was the right spelling.
You don't want to offend the pen.
And so my teacher would say, hey, Jamie, you got 50% on this. Why do you not know how to spell this? I said, well, no, but the pen did it. I didn't.
If a teacher would have told me I got a 50%, I'd be like, I had a 50% chance of getting this crap right, and I had a 50% chance of getting it wrong. It's when they threw 4 answers in, then I had a 25% shot, and I hated that.
That's what I should have used in 4th grade when I got in trouble for drawing the swastika. The pen did it.
The pen did it?
It was a Bic. Isn't Bic made in Germany?
I don't know.
Or is it France? But the Germans took them over.
It was made in Saudi Arabia.
That's where Kanye was made. West.
He's
now Yee.
He's crazy. Did you see? he's in all kind of controversy now.
What's going on with Trump hanging out with Nazis and Yee?
Yeah, what's up with Kanye showing up with the Nazis?
What's crazy is
did they not vet these people's guests? That's what I want to know. Like Trump's like, I didn't know he was coming. You want to tell me
you got the Secret Service? Yeah. There's no way they didn't know he was coming.
You want to tell me Trump's security did not vet this guy before?
You think you and I could show up with our little mixer and our 2 boom microphones and say we're here to interrupt Trump, and he would go, "Oh, bring them in," but I didn't know they were coming.
Yeah,
no,
there's no way.
No,
it takes a month probably to get approved, at least a day.
I don't know. Trump's starting to worry me.
What do you say? Run a Google search on you.
I mean. Is he as wackadoodle as
Putin?
Uncle Joe?
Oh, yeah.
But
Trump's just more
I don't think Trump has got Alzheimer's.
No, he's more coherent.
That means he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
He ain't.
That's the difference. He knows what he's doing.
If Trump would just go, Jill, can I have my applesauce? I would feel better. You know?
Why would he ask Jill for his applesauce, though?
That's going to be his next wife.
Jill.
He's going to take Joe's wife to dominate Joe.
No.
You don't think so? You don't think they could go out on a date there at the beach?
No. I don't think
Jill would date Trump?
No, not even for the money.
Do you think Joe would date Melania?
I don't think Joe knows who he's married to.
Oh no, he knows. Well, he might not know he's married to Jill. It might in his mind. It might might be his caretaker.
The problem with politics, in my opinion, is people don't vote for the people anymore. People vote for the party. So you end up basically you have clowns running for office, these complete goofballs who shouldn't be in office. Trump should not be in office. Joe Biden should not be in office. Dr. Oz should not have ran for office.
But that guy that ran against him should be in office.
Yeah, Uncle Festerman, he shouldn't be in office.
And we got Herschel and Warnock.
Nancy Pelosi shouldn't be in office. Raphael Warnock should not be in office. I mean, the list goes. Herschel Warnock, he should not even be eligible to run for office.
I mean, there is physical proof that they both abuse their wives.
Tom Brady's probably going to run for office next.
But I would go for him over Herschel and Warnock.
Here's what's happened. You've had both political sides, the left and the right. They pick their celebrities that the fan bases know of to run for the party. So people now, these young kids and all these new people voting, whether it's left or right, actually, I think every age group has this problem. They're voting for party. People are going in and picking R or D. Or they're like, we have the runoff here in Georgia. We have a Heisman Trophy winner or a Baptist pastor. Which one?
And they both beat their wives.
And they both beat their wife and tried to run them over and kill them. So
one used a car and the other used a gun and a knife.
Yeah.
But, you know.
One's a preacher, one's a deputy sheriff or something.
Can we at least get one that carries a hatchet?
Can we get somebody who's a politician, who's going to go out and work in the best interest of the state, in the best interest of the people who voted him there? Instead, we have people voting for D or R. Like, oh, we're going to vote Herschel because we're Republicans and we got to make sure the Republicans win. Or we're going to vote Warnock because we're Democrats and we need the Democrats to win. That's a problem.
It is.
We can't get better as a country if people vote along party lines.
But it seems like we can't get quality candidates to run.
That's the problem. I don't think somebody who is qualified to run is willing to get into that cesspool of filth that we call the United States government.
But have you noticed? I mean, Pelosi is worth $500 million. She was not worth that much when she got in there. And she keeps postponing the vote to ban them from investing in stock.
Well, she only makes like $180,000 a year.
But she's got insider knowledge.
She makes $180,000 a year, but she's worth $1 billion. Explain that to me, Sunshine.
And her husband owned a construction company, and now he manages money.
Is that where the hammer came from?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of handheld hardware store items getting used to smash people, isn't there?
It's an epidemic.
Huh. Maybe wealth shouldn't be a reason to elect someone either.
No, definitely not. I think people should be elected based on their ability to perform their duty.
How many normal people even run, though?
None.
Your neighbor. Why doesn't he run?
Only clowns run.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's become a circus. And I don't know how to fix it.
Well, I think this is what's going to happen. This is my prediction. The next 20 years, it's all going to blow up. We're going to have a dictator. And then we're going to have a revolution because we're going to go, wow, when we were a democracy, we had choices. And then there'll be another revolution. And we'll probably just end up with another dictator.
Probably.
Instead of a democracy.
We kind of need a reset in a sense.
Well, in my personal opinion, we need a third party.
Yeah.
I'm a conservative.
When I say reset, that's what we need. It's a new party.
But we've legislated out the ability to get a third party on the ballot.
I mean, you can't even write-in votes in some states anymore.
Well, in Georgia, they have to be approved write-in votes.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Yeah, if I want to vote for Cal Ripken.
Or Richard Petty.
Or Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Buffett.
Whoever. Eric Jones. I should be able to. And it should be counted.
Dean Snyder.
So if you really think about it, by making us have pre-approved write-in votes, they're restricting the vote.
They're telling us who we can and can't vote for.
Uh-huh.
Completely.
And that's wrong.
It's dictator.
Do you know in Georgia, I think we've already covered this, but we can't put something on the ballot to change the law.
No matter how many signatures.
We get 100%.
Yeah, that's why you'll never see cannabis on the ballot as a vote in Georgia. It's going to be 100% up to the governor.
Well, what about abortion? And I'm not saying I'm one way or the other, but
it's 100% up to the governor.
If they put it on the ballot, I'll support any decision.
It's 100% up to the government. That's the problem with Georgia, right there.
Well, I've been saying this for years. Government sucks.
Yeah, it's crap.
And all I see that I get advantage for paying my taxes is they put up cameras to catch me speeding that I can't appeal.
In the school zone. That stay on until 10 p.m. at night and turn back on at 5 p.m.
Or during Thanksgiving break when there's no one at school.
Yeah. And they get you going 10 over the speed limit.
And it's a civil affair, not a criminal. So I really don't have the rights of American to appeal it.
That's why you just have to drive through it at the school zone speed all hours of the day. And if you're going to speed through it, make sure you hold your middle finger out the window so when the camera takes your picture, because they're going to send the picture. It's like they get 3 good angles of your car.
Hasn't that just turned our police force into a corporation and not a safety?
And you want to give those same robots taking your picture for speeding the ability to shoot you if you are doing something criminal while driving through that.
No, only in California.
Oh, okay. Just in California.
Yeah.
Not here in America.
No, I support that in California.
Georgia.
I support...
Not in America, just in California.
I support Pelosi staying in California.
Yes.
100%. I want you guys in California to have her.
Keep that Newsom dude, too.
Yeah.
Don't want him.
He's all yours.
Yep. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right, man. I got nothing else this week. You got anything?
Nope.
Enough rambling?
Enough rambling.
All right, everybody. We greatly appreciate you listening. Thanks to everyone who follows us, shares the show on social media, and listens each week. We greatly appreciate it. Check us out on Spotify and rate us. Follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to the podcast.
Got that rate us in there.
Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. And check out our website at racecarbackwards.com. And if you haven't already, go to our YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe. Chaos hooked us up with 2 more subscriptions. So
there we go.
We appreciate that.
And, if we offended you, don't turn us off. Let's set up a Zoom and we'll debate it.
You think we offended people today?
I hope so.
You see that thing on Twitter? They're like, I think the guy posted a tweet. He said, I think I'm the only NASCAR podcast or the NASCAR Twitter account that hasn't offended somebody today. And I said, we're really trying, though. Janet's like, keep Jamie on the sauce and you'll get there. Now, we appreciate all our listeners. So hope everybody enjoyed the show. Other than that, y'all have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to a race car spelled backwards.